today about to be reacting to ancient tech that science still can't explain. Now, I'm sure it's a lot of things that I can't even explain myself. Like, are all clocks intertwined? Like, how are all clocks intertwined? That's so interesting to me, you know? But no, let's see what he's talking about.
Ancient tech that science still can't explain. So these divers were off the coast of a Greek island and they found a shipwreck. In the wreckage was this random rusty nail that they figured was irrelevant. And it was. I was misleading you. However, also in this shipwreck was a crusty blob about the size of a shoebox. This is the cool part. For
Shoebox.
decades, everybody assumed it was junk.
A shoebox. Nigga, they had shoes? Not shoes, but you know what I'm saying? They sold shoes and shoeboxes back then.
Just a clump of gears that got fused together. Then they ran it through an X-ray. Inside the clump were at least 30 interlocking bronze gears, which is a lot of bronze gears to be interlocking. This thing was over 2,000 years old, it dated to around 100 BC, and it's a
100 BC. Niggas made, this was the first safe ever made. Niggas made a safe in 100 BC before the Great Christ. Holy fuck.
fucking
Holy
analog
crap.
computer. You crank the handle on the side and it calculates the positions of the sun, the moon, and the planets. It tracks the phases of the moon, it predicts solar and lunar eclipses. It even kept track of the 4-year cycle of the ancient
So
Olympic
it's like
Games.
it's like a a intergalactic calendar. I don't mean to sound kind of, you know what I'm saying, special, but what it sound like to me is an intergalactic calendar.
That's not a joke, it did that. Because apparently the Greeks needed a robot to remind them when to watch the dudes wrestle naked. And that was just as critical
Nah,
as
watch niggas wrestle naked is crazy, bro. He looking, look at this nigga right here. What are you looking at, buddy? Nigga bending over to take a peek, cuz what does he got going
passage of the
on?
moon and the sun. The level of engineering here is absurd. There's a differential gear in this thing, which is a mechanism so advanced that after this device sank, humanity didn't build another one that complicated for around 1400 years. Let that sink in. You had to wait until the medieval astronomical clocks of Europe before anybody made gears this fine. We lost the tech for over a millennium. Whoever built it was clearly not making their first one, because you don't go from zero to whatever you call this.
Oh, word.
There were earlier versions, prototypes, all that, and every single one of them is gone. We have exactly one, and we
Damn,
found it
what
by
happened to
accident.
him? It's not like they just grew legs and walked away. They probably all in the water, like this one was in the water. You know what? I got it. The land that all the original ones was at probably got overtook. Y'all know how some cities are flooded. Yeah, okay.
On a boat that sank. How many of these went to the bottom of the sea? How many got melted down for scrap? There's probably another one right now, sitting in a drawer in some museum basement, labeled wrong, cataloged as a corroded lump of nothing, mislabeled by some intern in 1962, and it'll sit there in the dark until everyone who could have recognized it is dead. Next. 6 tons of iron has been sitting outside in the rain for 1600 years, and it refuses to rust. We're talking about the Iron Pillar of Delhi, a 7-meter column of solid iron standing in the open air in India.
But 1600 years ago, how did they even make that? Like, how did they even weld this big old iron pole? How?
16 centuries of monsoon rain, brutal humidity, and scorching heat. Iron's supposed to not like that very much. If you leave your bike out in the rain, the chain crumbles to dust. This pillar weighs over 6 tons and it's barely got a speck of rust on it. It's built different. See what I did there? So here's what happened. The ancient Indian metalworkers, totally by accident or possibly by skill, made an iron with a high phosphorus content, and over time that phosphorus reacted with the air to form a thin and protective layer over the whole pillar. A self-forming shield called misawite seals the metal off and stops the rust from spreading. It basically grew its own armor, and the cool bit is that modern steel mills intentionally remove phosphorus from iron because too much makes the metal brittle. The Delhi smiths
Too
left
much make the metal brittle. I can't fucking tell. They still got a iron pole up for whatever reason.
in, found a sweet spot, and are now remembered forever. See Ian Nasir? See what happens when you make good quality metal? Here's a wall of text if you don't understand that joke. And the kicker
Yeah, who
is
reading
dated
that? Yeah, y'all can take the time out y'all day to go back and pause and read that joke. I don't really give a damn about the joke that much. You know what I'm saying?
the
Yeah,
400s
that's crazy.
AD with charcoal furnaces, no thermometers, and I don't even think they had ChatGPT. They had nothing.
Damn,
Just
no
dudes
Chat
with hammers
GBT. I don't know what my life would be like without Chat GBT. I ask Chat GBT everything. I think I was born in one of the best years to be alive ever, bro. We all are. We are blessed to be alive during this time. What will we do without AI? Boy, boy,
and a
boy.
can-do attitude and 6 tons of iron and extensive knowledge of metallurgy. And that's it. Modern metallurgists only recently understood what was happening. But mass-producing iron this corrosion-resistant the way they did it isn't simple. Next.
Nobody told you
Yo,
this.
welcome
Not
to
your
the bro
teacher,
side
not
of
your
YouTube where we
dentist,
get
not even the
ads
tooth
if
fairy.
get
But
an
it's
ad
true.
like a
Once your
brother
teeth are
now.
gone,
Just
everyone
vibe
says
out.
they're
Peru, 10 million years ago.
Peru,
or
10 million.
whenever the Incas were around. Maybe less than 10 million. Maybe more like 1200. We have no way of knowing.
What y'all know about the
Anyway,
Incas? I know it was Incas, Aztecs, and what's the last one? It started with an M, right? Incas, Aztecs, and it started with an M, bro. I think it started with an M. Incas, Aztecs. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it.
the Inca built fortress walls out of gigantic limestone boulders, some of them weighing over 100 tons. 100 tons! That's heavier than a fully loaded semi-truck.
Actually,
And they
let me look
stacked
this
these
shit up.
things into walls. Not into a pile,
'Cause now it's
into
on-
precise
in the
walls.
Mayans.
But the weight
Oh, I
isn't
didn't
the
even have
weird
to look
part.
it up.
The weird part is how the,
The
stones
Incas-
fit together. They're
I
cut
said
into
the
these
Incas.
crazy
Yeah,
irregular
the Incas,
shapes,
the
all different
Aztecs,
sizes.
and the Mayans. Yeah, bro. See, school taught me something, and I remember. Yeah, stop playing with me.
And angles. Like somebody designed jigsaw puzzle and actually it's really similar to a jigsaw puzzle. Go me. That's a great metaphor. People have literally tried with a knife blade, a credit card, nothing goes in. No mortar, no glue, no cement holding any of it. Just stone on stone, locked together so tight it survived earthquakes that flattened the Spanish colonial buildings which were stacked right next to them. When the ground shakes, these walls actually do this little dance where the stones bounce and settle right back into place. The Spanish stuff turned into rubble. The Inca walls didn't. The Inca had no iron tools, no steel chisels, and as far as we can tell, no written records explaining their methods, because they didn't even have writing in the way we mean it. So, how do you carve a 100-ton boulder into a precise, interlocking puzzle piece using basically
Right. How did you break that? How did you break something that's so impenetrable? Impenetrable. Impenetrable. I think that's the right word. Impenetrable. Basically, you can't penetrate it. Yeah. Come on.
part of
now.
rocks and bronze?
You know what
The
I'm saying?
honest
We
answer
smart this video. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Flexing that high school diploma, that high school education. You know what I'm saying? That 1.5 education. Yeah.
we're still guessing. People have theories about pounding stones and patient grinding and sliding them on ramps. Some folks insist they had a plant juice that softened stone. I personally think they were 40 times stronger than modern day humans. Just a theory I've been working on. Nobody's fully reproduced a wall like that, at that scale and with those tools.
Not even
The
the
Inca
Great
didn't
Wall of China. No, you can't. I mean, you probably can, but
use the wheel for construction. They built one of the most earthquake-proof structures on the planet by hand, and then the empire fell, the Spanish showed up, and it took its secrets to the grave. Thanks to the Spanish. Next thing. Fill a 2,000-year-old clay jar with vinegar and it'll start cranking out electricity. Which is a sentence that should not make sense.
What?
In the 1930s, this jar got dug up near Baghdad, and inside it was a copper cylinder with an iron rod stuck down the middle. On its own, a jar. No big deal. But the setup, the copper tube, the iron rod, and the way it's all sealed together with asphalt looks exactly like a primitive galvanic cell. Sorry, you don't know what that means.
Nah,
I
hell
did.
nah.
Didn't even have to Google it. A battery. It's a battery. When researchers built replicas and filled them
Listen,
with
cuz don't piss me off. If it's a battery, say battery. Don't say no pekalapaka, but whatever the fuck. Don't piss me off, cuz.
something acidic like vinegar or grape juice, the things actually produced a small electric current, around half a volt to a volt. Not enough to charge your phone, but enough to make you go, wait, what? This is the Baghdad battery. And the problem is, nobody can agree on what it was for. It predates the official invention of the battery by Alessandro Volta, by something like 2,000 years. One theory is they used the tiny current for electroplating, coating cheap metal in a thin layer of gold or silver. Another theory says it was just a fancy jar for holding sacred scrolls, and the whole battery thing is a coincidence that drives us crazy. There's no documentation, no instruction manual, nothing telling us what it actually did. So All we have is this jar that can generate electricity, and it was found in a time period where electricity was not supposed to exist, and we have no idea if some Mesopotamian craftsman invented the battery, or if we're all just staring at a weird vase and inventing a story. Either way, somebody had a working battery while the rest of the world was still lighting torches, and then they died, said nothing, and left us to figure it out 2,000 years later. Next thing. Some Roman guy waded into the ocean 2,000 years ago, poured a bucket of concrete, and that exact concrete is still there today. Meanwhile, the fancy stuff we made last decade is already crumbling into gravel.
Nah, what the fuck? How did that? Man, imagine being on a train and a bridge just break while you like crossing. Nah, cause I wouldn't even feel safe driving on this bridge, bro. Like genuinely, like I found alternate routes. What do you mean the train track caved in?
Modern concrete has a shelf life of like 50 to 100 years before it starts cracking and falling apart, especially when there's salt water. Salt water is concrete's mortal enemy. It eats through steel rebar, the whole thing flakes off, and your bridge becomes a swimming hazard. Just go look at any coastal parking garage built in the 70s. Guarantee it's held together by a single load-bearing pillar on its last legs. But Roman harbors, piers, breakwaters, and the stuff they dunk straight into the Mediterranean, it's stronger. How? I'm no concreteologist, but one would expect things to get worse as they are smashed with unrelenting corrosive materials for hundreds of years. The waves have been beating on these things for 20 centuries, and they just got tougher. Turns out, the Romans were mixing volcanic ash from a
My
place
thing
called
is, I don't know how scientists get paid, but what the fuck are y'all getting paid for if y'all not getting paid to make the society a better place? Meaning make it easier for the people that's breaking their backs to make these roads. You know what I'm saying? So they don't gotta keep on doing it every summer, every time it feel good outside. Why y'all not putting no science into a strong rock or a strong metal that's gonna withstand um different weathers like they clearly did back then, but never the fuck. That's how do scientists get paid? Do they get paid by the hour? Do they get paid salary? Do they get paid per invention? Do they get paid per idea? I'm confused because people go to school to be like scientists. Like, how do you get paid? Yeah.
Uzuoli, with lime and seawater. And when that combo soaks in the ocean, the salt water triggers a chemical reaction that grows new crystals inside the concrete.
Ooh.
Specifically, these long plate-like crystals called aluminious tobermorite. Remember that? It's on the test. So,
Crystals, blue shiny crystals, the crystals that the Ben 10 alien is made out of. That's what it's called, Ben 10 alien. What you talking
instead of getting eaten by the sea, it uses the sea to heal itself and reinforce its own cracks. The thing actively gets stronger by being attacked. Imagine if punching a wall made the wall buffer. That's the Roman pier. We didn't figure this out until like 2017, when researchers finally cracked open the chemistry of it. And here's the embarrassing part. We still can't fully replicate it. Nobody wrote down the exact recipe. The Romans didn't leave a manual. They just did it because it worked, and then the knowledge died with them. And we spent over 1,000 years building inferior garages that
about? It
need
sound like we moving backwards. That's what it sound like. But nah, let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, nigga. I'm not the smartest nigga on this earth. I'm not the smartest nigga in the room. I'm the only nigga in the room. I'm still not the smartest nigga in the room. But nah, I said what I said, and y'all heard what I said. So I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir. Alright, let me shower. Wash my eyes.